WWE has always been the home of larger-than-life wrestlers who simply defy the laws of human nature by their sheer size and stature. Most of professional wrestling's biggest monsters have stepped foot in WWE, though not all have necessarily been good. Often WWE would push a big guy who didn't necessarily have the best in-ring skills, for instance the Great Khali. In today's video, here at Honor Wrestling Club, we will take a look at those giants who did in fact have decent to good in-ring work, ranking them solely on their ability in the ring and not their star power or status that they procured throughout their career. Welcome to Honor Wrestling Club, and in today's video we'll be counting down the 10 best giants in WWE history ranked by their in-ring skills. However, before we crack on with the list, I'd just like to firstly welcome you to Honor Wrestling Club. It really means a lot to have you here today, and we appreciate your support and all your feedback you give us in the comments down below. And if you are new here, be sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure you never miss out on the next fun post from Honor Wrestling Club. Welcome to the club. Now, without further ado, let's crack on with the list with number 10, Omos, who deserves more credit for his in-ring work, as he has proven he can work strong matches in WWE. In terms of giants, Omos is one of the newest in WWE, even though he has been around for a few years now. He was immediately a hit with fans upon his debut, showcasing strong work as a big man and dominating opponents. His momentum has dipped, and in the years since he's been fairly irrelevant. However, in matches against the likes of Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman, Omos has proved himself able to hang in the ring and have a good match, though his booking has not reflected that. When compared to other giants, his in-ring ability does put him amongst the best. In number 9, we have Andre the Giant, who was fantastic in his prime, despite his steep decline in quality. It would be a crime to not include Andre here based on his older work. For the latter half of his career, health issues really impacted the Giant's ability in the ring, and when he came to WWE he had the spectacle and larger-than-life presence but not the ability to have great matches. He was someone who managed to still overcome that for some memorable performances, most notably at WrestleMania 3, but it was a far away from his ability during his prime. In older tapes, it is clear to see Andre's agility, the way he'd move light on his feet and wrestle a range of styles. He was able to do mat-based work, throw opponents about, and perform really well. In number 8, with Ernie Lad, who was way ahead of his time as a giant. He had strong work and great charisma. Big Cat Ernie Lad didn't wrestle a huge amount in WWE, but his sporadic appearances over the years were enough to earn him a strong reputation for being one of the more charismatic and agile giants in wrestling history. His feuds with the likes of Bruno Sammartino, Gorilla Monsoon, and many others were great examples of how well he thrived under the spotlight, and how good he was for a man of his size. He wasn't always perfect, but he was a damn sight better than many of the giants who have walked through WWE's doors. In number 7, we have Big Cass, who should have been a huge deal in WWE with his ability, as Cass was tall, agile, and impactful in WWE. Although he wasn't quite 7 foot tall as he was billed, Big Cass was still one of the most impressive giants when it came to in-ring work. His charisma and character work in WWE weren't always the best, and his feuds did leave a lot to be desired, but he was reliable in the ring. He moved around at great speed and had strong agility, which has been seen more prominently since he left WWE and has found a new home in AEW, where he's worked hard to look like a star much more than he did in WWE. In number 6, we had Diesel, who had very solid in-ring skills during his WWE days, and was one of the more dominant champions who was strong in the ring. Diesel wasn't an in-ring technician by any means, but he perfected the role of being a dominant guy who had surges of speed to take it to his opponents and deliver powerful moves. This led him to world title glory in WWE, and deservedly so. He did slow down considerably in his latter years after his spell in WCW, mostly because if he moved too quickly he'd tear his quads, but he will still go down as one of the best giants in WWE history across several metrics, and one of those has to be his in-ring work. In number 5, we have Killer Kowalski, who didn't spend long in WWE, but he is still one of the greatest giants of all time, and he's a throwback giant who had fantastic in-ring skills. Killer Kowalski's prime came way before he wrestled more regularly in WWE, though he did compete there for a spell in the 1960s. But that didn't stop him bringing his veteran ability to the company in rivals with icons such as Bruno Sammartino, Bobo Brazil, and so many others. Standing at close to 7 foot tall, with his being billed as between 6'7" and 6'9", Kowalski was a giant who managed to showcase great technical wrestling, strong brawling, and several other styles too, which he transitioned between seamlessly. It is no surprise that he taught the likes of Triple H, who took upon all of those styles. In number 4, we have The Big Show, who defied his size to be a great in-ring worker, as Show had no right to be as good as he was. Especially in his younger days, where he could perform outrageous feats of agility for someone of his size, including a moonsault, The Big Show proved himself to be one of the most incredibly talented giants in the history of professional wrestling. He would have highs and lows during his career in terms of in-ring work, but at times he was able to rise above the complaints and raise the bar and have the best match on the card at numerous times over the course of his WWE run, working well with opponents such as John Cena, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, Sheamus, Roman Reigns, and many more. In number 3, we have Kane, and his in-ring work was always counted upon in WWE, as he's one of the most reliable workers of all time. His kayfabe brother, The Undertaker, said that Kane would be the first guy he'd pick to build a company around, as he's one of the most reliable performers of all time. The moment Kane first walked into a WWE arena, fans were struck by his scary demeanour, his size, and his presence. It took some time for him to improve in the ring, as he was pretty green at first, but he went on to become one of the most consistent and reliable performers for an extensive period of time in WWE. Kane would perfect his own style, so that it worked well against pretty much anybody, as he became a legend in the process and has rightfully earned his place in the Hall of Fame, and as Mayor of Knoxville County. In number 2, we have Braun Strowman, who's one of the most underrated giants in WWE history, and his abilities in the ring are very impressive. When it comes to in-ring ability, Braun Strowman is undoubtedly one of the best giants WWE has ever had, and it is a shame that he never reached the heights in terms of success and star power as many of the others mentioned here. Strowman went from a green competitor with pea-strained trousers and bad hair to a world title contender with much better trousers and much better done hair in such a short amount of time. Genuinely, the 2016 draft happens in, I think, June, and then by October he's like a completely different man and up in the up there to be considered for the world title picture. He would go on to have several strong matches between 2017 and 2019 with the likes of Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe, and many more. Okay, and he won the tag team titles with a child. Whilst he has certainly slowed down a little due to injuries, he is still a very solid performer in today's WWE. And in at number 1, we have The Undertaker, who is the most talented giant of all time. He had phenomenal in-ring abilities for a man of his size, and he played his character perfectly. From the moment The Undertaker walked in the door, he was instantly a star in WWE. Over the years, he improved more and more in the ring, becoming not only one of the best giants ever, but also one of the greatest in-ring performers full stop in WWE. The number of classics wrestled by The Undertaker, particularly in the 2000s, is only matched by the likes of Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. His consistency was insane, his in-ring work was magical, and he never lost his aura as a giant. Genuinely, and he only seemed to get better with age, as once he hit 40, he really found his next gear and would have the best match at every WrestleMania from 23 to 29. But there you have it, there's our list. So what do you think? Who do you think is the greatest giant in WWE history based purely on wrestling ability? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and click the like button, the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure you never miss out on the content we produce here at Honor Wrestling Club. Be sure to give me any feedback you may have in the comments down below and share this video around with your friends. Let them know that tall people can make it in the world of professional wrestling. However, that's all for now, so I'd just like to thank you for watching and welcome to the club. See ya!